Hey, you guys, welcome. For some odd reason, my actual computer won't click on today and allow me to do. I was gonna say coach yourself to success, but coffee with Shanda this morning. So I wanted to say good morning. I'm out on my patio. I'm ready for a great day. Hope you're ready for a great day. And I woke up this morning and I literally said to myself, I said, I am attracting everything that I want today. I'm attracting all the people I need today. I'm attracting all the people who are rock stars today. And I literally woke up with that message inside my head. And I really think it's because I went walking with one of my clients last night who lives down the street, Julie. We went walking our dogs last night for like an hour, and we were talking about this meditation that she does. And so I'll give you a history. I'm really into like anything brain wise. So like, I've never been amazing at visualization. So I'm going to say you could be successful in anything you want, whether it's fitness, business, or anything without visualization. However, I do think that there's a very powerful, connection to that. So I remember when I was struggling to figure out my company, and I remember doing this. I have no idea where it is, so don't ask me where it is, you guys. Good morning from France. There was a 40-day prosperity plan. And I can't even say I had a business at this point. Like I just had a life. I just had a life. And I did this 40-day prosperity plan where every day I said these mantras. And I do believe that there's a place for mantras. I just don't think they're everything. Because most of the time when what we want shows up in front of us, we typically make up some conversation in our head that it's not the right time, or we don't have a resource to be able to make that next step until you stop playing that game and you start to become resourceful. But I wanted to share this with you because it's so interesting how who you hang out with and who you spend your time with matters. And it also, like, even if you're spending your time around negative people, that is going to influence you. But like how you run, like you might be alone a lot, or maybe you're the strongest leader in your life and you have to be the biggest light. And so my whole point in sharing this with you is that I really realized that, like, back in the day when I did this 40-day prosperity plan, and all I did was every day, and you could write this, and I did this years ago for my clients, where I wrote 40 different prosperity mantras for our clients based on the fact that I had done this with this book. And I did them specifically for entrepreneurs. You can let me know if you want me to do that again, because I'm happy to sit down this week and actually write them out. And it's like based on what I know today. Like how do you think like a multimillionaire? How do you think like an 8-figure income earner? How do you think like that? And it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter if you have a job, if you're a corporate leader, if you're an entrepreneur, if you like have no idea about what you would ever make offers on. Doesn't really matter. This is what I've learned over the years. What matters is that the way you think, according to training your brain. So I sat for 40 days and I did these mantras, and like I had huge liftoff. Like we're talking, I had no business. So not only did I have no job, I had no business. And I was able to create incredible amounts of income for myself by just training my mind every morning and every evening where I did these mantras. And so I think there's a lot of mantras out there, but I think there's a lot of esoteric mantras out there, like, I'm going to have a good day, or I'm a powerful person, or like, which is great. But what if you were to have like a list of very specific mantras around changing the world, around growing your income, around being useful, imagine if you set your goal that you had 1 million customers or clients, or that you came up with a plan inside of your company that paid you $500,000 a year. Here's why I did the distinction between the million and $500,000. If I make $1 million in my company, I don't take home $500,000. There's costs, right? So like, so it's like when you're looking at whoever you are that's listening to me, if you have a job, you might not be selling a product that brings $1 million, but you might be thinking, what's a real estate deal that brings $1 million this year that I can get into, or whatever that looks like. So the sky's the limit. Like we're never limited to what we believe is our circumstances. I just led a 2-day event, and somebody had these dog earrings. Like, it was like earrings that were dog tags, and I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, they basically support dog therapy. And I was coaching her, and she said, I gave her some coaching, and she said, well, yeah, but the thing is, not everybody needs these earrings. And I was comparing it to like a mug, like, our Stay in the Step You're In mugs, and everybody needs a mug. And I'm like, no, but everybody has a mug. It's all about like the story that you put to whatever it is that you are selling. Now I'll go even deeper than that. It's actually the story you tell yourself that determines on whether or not, whatever your mantras or whatever your visualization is going to create that result. Now, I used to be a real hypocrite when it came, not hypocrite, I was a real skepticist. That's not even a word. I was very skeptical about mantras and vision boards and things like that when I first started doing them, because they used to cause me more stress than they did relief, because they were always a reminder that I didn't have what I wanted in my life. And I think that's because I was so controlling that I wasn't patient. And what I've realized is that who cares when it takes you to cross the finish line? What matters is that the story you're telling yourself, the mantras you're telling yourself, they're all the same thing, right? What matters is that you're speaking to yourself in a way that's moving you towards what it is that you want. And the people around you are speaking into you the way you want them to, which might require you to ask them to change what they say to you. So we've got 2 conversations going on here. The conversation you're saying to yourself on a daily basis. If you guys want me to take my knowledge that I know today about, creating millionaires, becoming a millionaire, multimillionaire, 8-figure earner, most likely a 9-figure earner at some point, and it's not about the money, it's who I become in the process. Like, that's what I want to land here. It's not about the money, but it's really cool when you are such a giving person and you have that type of money. Imagine the grandchildren you'll support. Imagine the children you will support. Imagine like how much money you'll donate. Money does touch a lot. So let's talk about it in a conscious way and say, I want you to earn as much as possible so that you can go and give more away. Seriously. Any of my clients know this. I'm crazy about all of us supporting each other and helping each other's movements reach the top, not just sell. Okay? So if you want me to do a set of mantras for like a millionaire or a multimillionaire, go on the comments thread right now and say, yes, Shanda, develop some mantras for a millionaire or multimillionaire. And I'll do a 40-day plan for you that you can actually say these mantras twice a day. If you want that, just tell me that you want that and I'll go do it. If not enough of you want that, then I'm not going to go do it. If there's only like 2 or 3 of you, then you guys can create it. But if there's a lot of you guys who want to do it, then I'm going to sit down and I'll do it for you based on what I've learned to this point in my life. Okay, so here's what I did waking up. I'm digressing. So there's a conversation that you say inside your mind, which is like doing these mantras twice a day is enough. It's enough. And then there's the conversation other people are having with you. And the conversation other people are having with you might require you to go in and have let people into this idea that you're trying to create something big. Now, if you complain a lot, or if you complain to the people that you care about a lot, you still have a reputation with them. And this will break down their ability to support you. So let me say that again. If you complain a lot about the things you're going through, like if you don't say maybe you're struggling trying to create something in your life right now, I want to lose 10 pounds. And so I've been kind of struggling with this, and it's because I don't eat enough. And so so if I am constantly talking about I don't do this and I don't do this, or I'm struggling with this, and I'm talking about it from a way that feels like a way that somebody wouldn't trust that I would figure it out, then the people around me won't pour into me the way that we need them to give us the amplifying effect of creating whatever result we want. So your energy level doesn't have to be dictated by your age. It's dictated by what you're telling yourself and then what other people are telling yourself around you. So my parents hang out with a bunch of people who are quite athletic, and they travel all around the world. And I never ever have heard them sit around a table and talk about like their knees hurting and they're up there. Like they are definitely up there. We're talking like, late 70s, 80s. They're getting up there. And they talk about the next trip they're going on, hiking Machu Picchu. They talk about like they're heading to Greece right now. They're actually going like to 4 different countries and in 2 weeks. Like I am actually exhausted listening to them. Like I want them to rub off on my energy field, because based on results, their group of friends in some ways is more energetic than some of my friends. Right? Some of my friends are in the working field and they're like, whew, at the end of the week, right? And so when we're talking, we talk about visions and things that we want to create, but we also talk about sometimes we talk about our kids exhausting us or like things like that. And it seeps into our ways of being, where my parents never talk like that. Like they have more energy than anybody I have ever met, and their group of friends do too. So how do we get conscious? So it's like my group of friends, your group of friends, the stories we tell ourselves, we can actually be causal by turning around and asking and influencing a higher conversation, which doesn't have to be like us coaching our friends and people around us. It has to do with us about enrolling them about what ifs. So what ifs are what I've found some of the most powerful enrollment conversations is the what ifs. So what if we all could, get out of bed feeling super fired up because the first thing we say to ourselves every morning is something super uber positive, and the first thing we say to each other as, let's say, a couple or friends, like friends could start texting each other in the morning. What if we started every morning with a positive message? So I didn't do this for our clients, but I actually thought this morning, like, what if I shared the thought I just had with my clients this morning? And I should have done it, and I hesitated. And I did a whole video around how hesitation costs so much, right? But I hesitated. But at least I'm aware of it, so I can shift it now, and I can still send it out maybe today or later today. And I woke up this morning saying to myself, I am attracting all of the people in my life that will help us serve our clients on the highest level. See, we have figured out how to launch a massive movement. Such a massive movement that I get a little not fearful. I feel the workload, not of serving them, but of building the support teams for them, which I actually have Deidre on my team to rock that out. And I shouldn't feel any worries about that, but I care. And so just like you, as you grow your companies and grow your life, have more kids, have your first set of kids, grow your companies, grow people on your team that you're responsible for. Every time we grow, I think there's a recalibration moment where you're trying to recalibrate to the next new or the next norm. But here's the deal. What happens when you're just growing all the time? What happens when it never stops? What happens when, it's just like it's nonstop? What happens when you're adding 20, 40, 100 new clients every single month? Like, what happens then? And so the recalibration never really happens. So you have to get comfortable with the ever leveling of growth. And what my experience is, the only reason why so many entrepreneurs aren't at full optimized purpose is because they haven't gotten used to that growth. Whenever you have a growth, you settle down and take a vacation. Whenever you have a growth, you settle down and you make it about you in the essence of, oh my gosh, I just created that. Now I deserve a break. What if you didn't have to operate in any sort of level of deserve? Like, I actually think deserve is a little bit of an entitlement conversation. Of course, we all deserve a great life, but we deserve a great life because of who we're being. If we're saying the words, I deserve a great life, there is a level of entitlement there. I deserve my partner or my friend to treat me like this because I did that. I deserve time off because I did this inside my life or my business or created this result. I deserve a raise because that is like one of my most pet peeves. Like if one of our team members comes to me and says, I deserve a raise, I'm like, oh, that's like the wrong thing to say to me. If they come to me and say, I have a vision to buy a home, and what would it take for me to be able to like increase my revenue? Or, hey, I propose this growth strategy. If we can create this inside the business, could I have this percentage of growth of that because I want to go buy this home or whatever, right? I want whatever it is that fires me up. But when someone says I deserve, we are in a world that deserve is like seriously entitled, and there's a dime a dozen amazing talented people on the marketplace now that want to come be a part of your company and mine. So don't catch yourself saying I deserve to take a break or vacation after you worked, because that's no different, right? It's like, how do we just operate off pure vision and we feel inspired? Well, that will take care of our energy levels. So if you guys want me to do this mantra thing, I'll do it and set it up for you guys. I'll do it along with you, because just like you, I'm up leveling to the next level, and that's kind of the cool thing about life. So I hope this was helpful. Pay attention to the conversation that is being run in your friend groups, in your household. I believe I'm attracting all the right people that continue to help our clients grow. And I think we get better every year. I think we get better every 6 months, which is pretty cool. And now I just constantly remind myself of that so that I have the strength and the endurance to go the next leg of the race. So what is it that you're saying to yourself, and how do you tweak it to get that much more powerful so that you're energetic and you're turned on? Just like you go to the chiropractor to turn power on, my chiropractor always says, like, how do you make sure that you wake up in the morning and the power's on? All right, you guys, I'm going to go grab Zach, get ready, and take him to school, go to my chiropractor, go work out, and I'm going to have a nice, amazing day. So here's another piece. I'm taking the majority of today off because of the fact that I worked on Saturday. Not taking the full day off because there's some things that I have to do. But remember that as a leader, again, even if you're in corporate America or not, when I was in corporate America, I worked 6 days a week. Crazy. I don't know why I did that, other than the fact of pride of work. But I think I would have created much more results if I would have nurtured myself when I needed to be nurtured. So remember, self-care and taking care of yourself is something that leaders do. But if you need to do it, it's already too late. So build it into your schedule. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.